Have you ever known anybody that you'd want to give the moon and the stars?
And the sun.
And the sun. And the galaxy, the universe.
You
You're
are my
wonderful
moon
too.
and my stars and my sun.
But why?
So the answer is
Why?
yes. Why?
Why? Because we love each other. What if you came across someone who loved everyone so much, they wanted to give them all of those things and a starship to see them with?
That would be cool. You gonna give me a starship? Because you're giving me the moon and the stars. Do you have a starship?
No, but I know a guy who does.
Weird thing that happened. I worked on Star Trek: The Next Generation for about 2 years doing costumes.
Oh, I didn't.
And then the whole Elvis thing happened for me. The guy that I worked with and for left the show, and I was kind of like a fish out of water, and it was very monotonous kind of stuff and not too much fun. And I had the chance to do some Elvis stuff out of the blue, and then got an audition in Atlantic City and never looked back. And then I ran into a buddy of mine who worked at the Six Flags park about an hour from here. And he said, yeah, would you be interested in coming to the park and doing that this summer? And I was very hesitant. And I came home and started talking to my family. And they were like, well, you'd be crazy not to. I mean, it's an hour from home. You get paid. You can be home at night. And I thought, yeah, really, that's not bad. I'll do it for a summer. Well, that ended up 15 years of doing that,
It sounds like as the Elvis business kind of picked up, you were working more than you'd originally anticipated.
Well,
was there a time when you wondered if it was the right thing to be doing?
No, I always knew it's what I wanted to do. But living out of a hotel, is tough after a while. You just get to a point where I need to put my roots back down and regroup. Particularly when you are an actor. I'm not a musician per se. I'm an actor. I'm being paid to be this other person. So every night you're putting on this other persona that isn't you. So after a while you get to a point where, I just want to be me for a while. I need me time for a while. The benefits of being Elvis are phenomenal. They really are. If you're good at it and you can make a living at it, the fans are the reward, because they are very protective of Elvis and very demanding of what they see on stage. They don't believe that you're Elvis unless you're on stage entertaining them. And if you are good at it, during that 1 hour that you're on that stage, they see you as Elvis. And you make them feel like they're 16 years old again. And that's the beauty of the show. If you can take a 70-year-old person and make them feel like they're in high school again for that 1 hour, well, you've done your job. I still have this love of Star Trek. And so when you have free time, what do you do in your free time? Well, a lot of us pursue our hobbies. So Star Trek was a hobby for me. Well, myself and 2 or 3 others, we grew up playing Star Trek in the backyard, running around your toy guns and everything. And we always had this desire, what would it be like to be those guys, to be Captain Kirk, to be on that show? Well, you can't experience what it's like to be on the show. The show doesn't exist anymore. It's over. So we said, let's make our own movie.
What do you intend to do, Captain?
I don't know.
So when you first moved into this space, this was just your movie set.
Private
This
boys
was
club.
not.
Yeah. It's a private boy, like a big man cave.
It's a big man cave.
A big man cave. And we made our little movies that are online, and it was just a hobby, and these people would come from all over to share it with me, and one of the friends ended up putting it online. The internet was brand new, and well, that just exploded.
What the hell is going on?
So before we knew it, we had this merry band of people that were coming from all over the world. So each time we made a movie, we kept saying to ourselves, well, how do we make it better? How do we make it that much closer to the show? So you'd get another script and it would have a different set. Let's add that one. Let's do this. So then you get to a point where you've outgrown the space you're in, you go to a bigger space and you keep adding. Well, then we finally got this building that was massive and thought, you know what, let's just build the whole thing. So I called the people that I knew at CBS and said, hey, I've spent a lot of money. I've built this incredible thing. And the most joy that I get out of it is sharing it with everybody else. I love to see the other Star Trek fans when they come in here and watch their face. And so I said, would you guys be interested in perhaps opening it up to the public? Is there a way we can work together? And their response was, yeah. When they saw it, they were like, absolutely, let's figure this out. So, and now we're open to the public, and people have been coming. So.
So what was the reaction?
A lot of people thought it was kind of weird, you know, the people that weren't in the know thought it was kind of weird that we were making Star Trek films, you know, especially in a small town. They don't really have any idea. But then as it grew, these people were coming from Australia, Germany, the UK, every state that you can think of, and they're staying in the hotels in Ticonderoga, and they're eating in the restaurants in Ticonderoga. So then you start to see the business community go, you know what? This is pretty cool, you know, because they're seeing that this is an anchor to help, you know, revitalize this little community. You know, it's had its downtimes. You know, we used to have a mill here. The mill moved out of the village. Now it's further out of town. You know, Walmart came in and kind of hurt the small downtown life.
Shut that damn thing off.
And one of the things I want to do is see the Main Street come back. And little by little, it's coming back.
So you've chased two dreams.
Yeah.
Different ones than and most people would even imagine. But we all have people that tell us, oh, I have this novel I want to write. Here's a business that I want to do. Here's this crazy idea, you know, that I want to pursue, and yet they never do.
Right.
What would you tell those people?
Well, I think if you truly love something, you know, something that drives your passion, if you don't chase it, I think you're asking for disaster in your life. You know what I mean? I think if you really care about something, you have to try to make it a reality. My dad died when he was very young. And one of the things that my father said to me that made such an impression on me was, if you find something that you love as your job, you'll never work a day in your life. You know, you'll have moments where it's hard, but in the end, you're going to have a great time and a good life. If you let people tell you that your passion is foolish, you're ultimately going to destroy yourself. You're going to go down a dark path. That's what I think. And too many people don't follow their passion. They settle for mediocrity. They settle for that 9-to-5 job that might pay them minimum wage, and they struggle, perhaps oftentimes when they didn't need to. You know, some people say you have to go to college, you have to have a degree. I don't believe any of that. I think you have to have a passion, and you got to have the drive to go after it, and you can't let people tell you no. If you don't feed your passion goes away, and then what have you done? You've destroyed yourself. That's what I do.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and if you want some more love in your life, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Where's that going to be? Should I point at it?
It's on YouTube.